Hello, welcome back Desert Dog's Garage Metalworks. My name is Harry. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. You're working on the Road King again. I'm on the tank today. I got everything in. I got my plugs for the bottom of my tank because this is fuel injection and has a fuel pump in it, and it has two solid lines in the inside. One's a return that goes back into the tank, and the other one is the inlet. So what I'm doing right now, because these have check valves in them, and the way that they come up on the inside, the Petcock will not fit up inside there. It just won't. It'll tear it up and it won't get fuel because it's how do I say this? It just goes. It's a line that goes straight up. There's nothing around down on the bottom that allows fuel, because I have the reserve that is right here on this. This is the fuel that comes through the top that on your normal riding you do, but when you hit reserve, then there's a hole down in here. See it down in there? That is your reserve, so that allows this much more fuel to go down there to keep your bike running and get you a gas station. Well, when I put this up in there, this is just a fitting on top. This is an adapter, and I'll show you here in a second. Okay, this is the adapter that goes inside the tank. The threads are sized per the outlet and the inlet on the tank. So what I have to do, and I'll show you here, get this sucker back started again. So what I have to do here, now I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm going to run the GoPro on it and shine some light down there and get you a video of it. So if you look down there, you see that line right there. I'll put an arrow. There's a stub coming up, and then the fuel line that runs right close. Okay, on this tank, when I flip this tank upside down, what I have is I have these outputs here. This one right there. That is the return, and that is the input to the carb or fuel injectors or whatever. So what I got to do is I have this bit right here, this right there, which allows me to run this in the hole and cut that out. Go back and forth around that hole like that, and it cuts it out. So I already started this, and what it's doing, it has started to, you probably can't see that, but yeah, you can right about there. You can kind of see where it started to cut through. So what I'm doing is I'm going around in a circle inside there, inside here like this, to cut that out. Now this one is a return, so it just goes up and over the tank and ends up back here. So I'm just going to plug that. I don't care about that one. This is the one I want to use. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm running my tool in here, trying not to hit the side and screw the threads up right there. But I'm just going in here and I'm going around in a circle like this till I cut that thing loose. And when I cut that loose, then I can just gut the whole thing, clean it up so that it'll come out of the reserve port on the Petcock, and then I'll be golden. So when I get that cut out, I'll show you, and then I'll gut the tank. So, all right, so hang on. trying to be really careful not to screw them threads up. So far, so good. There, she there. Now, you can see what I did here. That line is disengaged, it's unattached from in there now. So now I get inside the tank and I'll pull all the guts out of there and I'll be good to go. All right, flip the tank over. All right, well, I'm gonna gut this fuel tank. Get me a socket. Yeah, got the fuel tank and see if I can get a clear view and I'll show you what all I did. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this off of the filter. Bolts. Cut them rubber lines. Okay, there's a filter there. That's gonna come out. Fuel pump. You reach in there and pull it out. There we go. Come on, baby. Almost. Fuel pump. Yeehaw. Empty. Okay, brackets in there. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna go rinse this out because I'm gonna have to get in there with the die grinder and still some fuel. I don't want no sparks, so I'm gonna be back here in a minute. We'll wash her out. So I gotta cut that bracket that's holding this hose right there. I gotta whack that off, so that's why I had to clean it out. Now we're just gonna buzz it right off. That's loose. Here we go. That's the bottom line. So that's what I ended up cutting off around here. Right there. Now you can see it's a hole through. This one here is just getting the cap, like I said. But that's what I did, was I went all the way around that thing. All the way around it. It's like a coupling and just cut it off. So I just got to clean it up a little bit in there, wash it out real good. I didn't have to pull my fuel gauge out, so that's still on in there, but I got to clean it out good because I threw some sparks at it, so I got to make sure that's good. And then I'll put some alcohol in it to kind of help dry that moisture out of there. So yeah, so flip this upside down and clean it out. Well, there we go. We got her cleaned out. I got that cleaned up. I took and put some, after I cut that, I'll show you what I got here, but after I cut that out with my bit, and all this is a milling bit, like to do a keyway in a shaft. That's all it is. And I just put it in the drill and went around that coupling. It actually kept, the bit is still in good shape. I could do more with it, I'm sure. But yeah, so I got that, and I took some emery cloth in there. Right there, and just went inside here and cleaned it up. And I'll show you what I got. Right there, you can see that line right there. That's the return line, but then the other port back there, that's where the fuel inlet outlet was to go into the fuel injection. I'll put the Petcock in, and then it'll show you kind of how I had that sticking up there. So, all right, I'm gonna put that together and I'll show you what I got. All right, well, I got that in there, got the Petcock in. I'm set and done with that part of the portion of it. Cleaned it out really good. It had a lot of little chips in it. I ended up running solvent through it, mixing around solvent, soap and water, solvent. Finally I got it. Solvent was the last thing, and then flushed it good, so with water. And that got it all out of there, all the little chips. But you can look in here now and you can see how the petcock is set. There you go, right there, good full, right there. Yeah, you can see, not where the light's at, but you can see the hose, and then you can see the filter, the petcock through there. So that's how that goes. All right, so for those of you that are wondering what fittings did I use on this conversion kit from EFI to carburetor on my Road King gas tank, well, the answer is it's a Pingel 62052 kit. It comes 2 in a package, and what they look like is they look like this right here. And what you can see is the one right here is a plug that goes in the return line, and that's the one I did not touch. I just plugged it and it's done. The other one is the one I bored out, which is like a reducer coupling, and what it does is it threads into the tank on the smaller end, and the wider end threads, the petcock threads over that and goes inside the tank. And what they look like is this right here. Installed, this is the plug. This one over here is the reducer coupling that I will call it. They're stainless steel. They come with a little gasket, a plastic fuel rated gasket, and the petcock threads into that. So now what I did was I used a drag specialty petcock. Pingel will tell you that you can only use theirs, or will work with any Pingel 22 millimeter petcock. Well, I had a drag specialties, and I just ended up cleaning some of the plastic on the top, making it a little smaller, and it slid right in there. Wasn't a problem, didn't hurt anything. I made sure of that. So, but anyways, that is what I used. So back to the video. Anyway, got that in, that was done. I was wondering how the hell I was gonna do that. I've heard of guys taking grinders and sticking them in there. I guess that would work. You'd have to have, that'd be crazy, man. That'd be scary. But yeah, luckily I had this, so that's, it works pretty good. It's just running around, like I said, just running around there. It takes a little time, keep a little oil on it, stay sharp, and it worked great. So there we go. The fuel tank's set to go. I'm gonna put the cover back on it, button this thing up, and get ready for the next part to get her on the bike and get her rolling. So, but anyway, hey, if you like this, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up and give me a like, and then also hit the subscribe if you would. It really helps me out. Just working on getting the channel going. I like to do these things, but I need the time to do these and the projects to do these, but they're coming up. So anyway, we'll be back on it next to get the ignition module in there and the wiring harness, and hopefully we'll be golden. So hey, appreciate you watching. Take care. Have a good day. Peace.